Well, I would say that I don't know what I will do, but I know what I don't want to do.
Welcome to the Volunteer Support Podcast, brought to you by the European Union's co-funded project Promptus EDU, a collaboration between associations Audi South Mori and Building Bridges.
Welcome to a new episode of our Volunteer Support Podcast series. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic regarding the European Solidarity Corps volunteering program. The name of this episode is Preparing to Go Home, What Happened Next? So I think that you are thinking that we are going to talk about fears and expectations that come when a volunteering project is coming to an end. I'm Luisa from Association Building Bridges, and today I'm very happy to have with us Cristiana, a volunteer that will talk about her experience. Welcome, Cristiana.
Thank you, Luisa.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for being here and to share your experience with us.
I'm glad to share it with you.
So before going to the core of the topic, I would like to ask you to tell us a bit about yourself and your background and where are you now, and also tell us something about your volunteering project.
Okay, so I'm from Italy. Before coming to Bilbao, where I am now doing my volunteering project, I was in Paris studying. I studied history of art and tourism studies, museum studies, most of all. And now I'm doing a job which is completely different from what I'm studying, which is like I'm working in a Gastegune, which in Basque is means a space for young people. So basically, young people, in my case, adolescents whose age go from 11 to 17 years old, come to spend their time after school. So we prepare activities for them, sometimes some excursions. We are also there like to listen to them, to support them in their daily life if they have some problems. And I think this is the part of the work that I enjoy the most. Like the social connection with people, which is something that I really missed while I was studying tourism, art history, because it was more like being around monuments and not interacting a lot with other people.
Okay, thank you. So may I ask you what motivated you to participate in this project with European Solidarity Corps? Because you participated in a project that allowed you to participate in a program in Spain. So you had also to travel to Spain and starting a project in another country. So what was the thing that most motivated you?
I think there are many things that motivated me. One thing is because, well, as I said before, I really wanted to do something more social. And as I was studying culture in general, I missed this part of sharing the culture. So I think that this kind of opportunity would allow me like to find this part of really sharing, and I think that culture cannot exist without sharing it. So it's for this reason that I chose this project. Why Spain? Because I did my Erasmus last year in Spain, and I think that also the Erasmus was a great motivation because I was already living abroad in France, but I think that the Erasmus experience is quite different because you get to know other people that do the same experience as you. You feel part of a sort of community, and I really kind of like this sense of community that I found during my Erasmus, and so I kind of wanted to experience that again. And I found out that the S project existed, so I thought that it was a great opportunity.
Wow, thank you. And may I ask you if you would like to share with us a challenging moment that you encountered during the project and how you dealt with it?
Yeah, I think the most challenging moment during the project has been like understanding that, for example, like the way they work here in Spain is quite different from what I've experienced until now. And because I feel that at least in the Basque Country, but maybe I'm generalizing a little bit. It's that after work you don't really get to know your colleagues because everyone goes away to do their stuff to their home. And I feel that like in all the jobs I've done before, I was very close to my colleagues. We went out for dinner or just to drink something after work. And here is not like this. So it was very difficult at the beginning to really connect with them because we didn't have this time to talk about us, to talk about our things. So I think like that this was the most difficult moment for me, realizing that actually I was used to interact differently in the workplace, and that I had to accept it. And now like I feel that now I really connect with them anyway, but yeah, it was not that easy at the beginning, let's say.
Yes, I can imagine. It's the adaptation process can be hard at the beginning. Overall, when during the first month where we are moving to another country where people are acting differently because manners are different. But I'm happy to know that at the end you found your balance in your adaptation process. And I'm going to ask you the hard question. How do you feel now? Because we were talking before and you were telling me that you would be for other 4 months in Spain and that your project is coming to an end. So how do you feel regarding the end of your volunteering project?
Well, I feel that it's hard. That ending a volunteering is hard because first, well, of course, there is an emotional attachment to the people I work with finally, but also to the people I got to know here in my daily life and to the city of Bilbao where I'm in. So, of course, it's difficult to deal with this emotional attachment and like thinking that I may not be here anymore. So, yeah, that's very difficult. And of course, what I'm most afraid of is like the uncertainty about the future, like not knowing yet where I will be, what I will be doing after the project. So this is what I'm afraid the most. And also I would add something, which is the all the administrative stuff that I will do after the project, just like the idea of having to find a flat somewhere. For me, it's something that really I'm really afraid of.
I can imagine. And do you have any plans? Are you planning to go home? Do you have any plans in your home country or do you have different plans?
Well, I would say that I don't know what I will do, but I know what I don't want to do. So this is already a sort of plan, I guess,
Oh
even
yeah,
if
I
it's not
think this
clear.
is a very good starting point.
So I think that the good thing of the ESC project is that I realized a lot of things about what I want to be, what I want to do in my life. So at least it gives me a sort of direction to find my way, let's say, after that. I know that, for example, I'm not ready to go back to Italy because at least for now I feel that I still have a lot of experiences to do in a foreign country. And as I said before coming to Spain, I've been living in Paris for 7 years. And I also know that I wouldn't like to go back there because living here in Bilbao made me sort of realizing that how enjoyable and more calm life can be out of the big city. So Bilbao is not that small as well, but I feel that it's much easier to move in it, to go from a place to another. It takes less time. Also, that you can escape from the city very easily. You can go to the sea. The mountains are just there, 20 minutes away. So I think that this is a good compromise. I would like to live in a place which is not too big, where there is nature all around, and that I know that I can escape somehow. Then, as like, for example, my professional life, I don't know it yet, but I'm sure that I don't want to be like close in a museum, or as I'm supposed to be with my degree. I would like to. I really like what I've studied, but as I said before, I would like to share this culture that I've learned. So I would see myself more in a job which mm, I would see myself more in a job which can make me in contact with other people.
Wow. So you were telling me that you were actually doing something very different for what you were studying. And would you say that this helped you in understanding how would you like to develop your future professional life?
Yeah, I think so, because I think that there are a lot of things that I really like in that job, which is, for example, well, the contact with people, as I said, but also I discovered that I have a lot of creativity that I didn't know I had before, because I was mostly studying on books and like writing papers and all this stuff, and having a very neutral like point of view, because when you're at university you have to like be very neutral about the things, at least trying to be very neutral about things. And so I think that like my university life kind of hide this creativity that actually I have, and I could discover by working with children and adolescents. And I think that this is something that I would like carry on exploring in a future job, and that yeah.
Thank you. I think that this is one of the most important and amazing things that a volunteering project can give to participants. And I say this because I was a volunteer too long time ago. I'm not anymore in the program age, but I did a volunteering project. And I think for me, was sort of discovering things that I didn't know about me. So how is Luisa out of their comfort zone, and how Luisa can deal with different things, and how Luisa is capable of doing different things that she didn't even know. So I think that this is kind of amazing. Try to discover ourselves, even if we are implementing activity different from the one we were studying or doing before. But it's I think it is always good to know more about ourselves in order to keep going and see what the future is going to and see how the future is going to surprise us.
Yeah. Yes, I think so as well. I think that at least I would try to apply to jobs that are more in this sense like educational job, or also like in museums, but related also to education and like the organization of events and workshops and stuff like that, where I can explore all these things I've learned.
So it's not true that you don't have a plan. You actually have a plan.
Yeah,
You have
let's
just
say
to
that.
figure it out how to implement a plan. But I think that this is a very
Mm,
good starting point.
yeah,
Don't underestimate your plan.
thank you. Yeah. I'm doing a brainstorming thanks to this conversation as well. So that's cool.
So I would like to ask you if there is any advice that you would like to give to other volunteers who are preparing to return home after their project.
Yes, I think that we shouldn't stress that much because sometimes we start a project and we are already thinking about what we are gonna do next. Because, for example, yeah, I'm like that, and all the people I've talked with are like, okay, and next, and also like I think that people around that don't know about the ESC project are also like asking, okay, you are doing this now, but what are you gonna do next? So there is this pressure that society gives us to rush a little bit, and I think that the things shouldn't be rushed because uncertainty is part of life. And I mean, also when you get a job, maybe you will not know what you are going to do next year. So it's kind of the same. And maybe trust more the process and the people that are sharing the experience with you, because we have like a lot of um, trainings that can help us to find our way um, to find our way for the future. And also the standing organization and
Yes, of course, the standing organization is actually the connection between volunteers and their home countries. Is the organization that can help them in when they are coming back to integrate themselves again, because nobody think about sometimes of the cultural shock that some volunteers can experience when they come back home. There is a cultural shock that we can experience when we start a volunteering project in another country, but there is also a cultural shock that can be experienced when we come back, because we are coming back to another version of the city that we left before. Because staying away for a year or 6 months, and it's staying away for a long time. And when we come back, sometimes things appears different. Maybe the things are not changing, but we change. So it can be strange and difficult to come back, and the standing organization can help providing support when volunteers come back home, and also providing guidelines and information about other opportunities like trainings or other volunteering opportunities. And it's a way to doing the brainstorming you were talking about to think about, okay, I came back home, what is coming next? Because there is life after SES. I can assure you it is. It's only a little bit difficult sometimes to understand where to find the right path. So thank you for mentioning this, Cristiana, because I think that it's important also to mention the support system that the program provides for volunteers. So yes, when you are coming home, please contact your sending organization and ask them to do a brainstorming and to help you in integrate again yourself in your home country. And don't be scared about the future because the future is uncertain always, but it can also be always a good surprise. So thank you, Cristiana, for sharing your experience.
Thank you to you, Luisa.
I was very happy to have this conversation with you, and I'm also even happier to know that this conversation was also brainstorming for you to think about what to do next. And I wish you all the best with your projects and the last month that you have in your hosting organization. And of course, I wish you all the best for your future and keep smiling like you are doing like this because I can see your sparkling eyes when you talk about your experience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.